All right, good morning, everybody. It's chilly morning out here. I've been up just working away, getting a bunch of work done so that I can get on to more progress on my drift Camaro. So thinking for today, let's get these rear fenders on and see where we can get going from there. Leave it to me to get distracted by cats. Okay, so let's drill some pilot holes in these over fenders. They're not over fenders, I keep saying over fenders. Universal fender flares. Let's get some holes drilled in these universal fender flares and let's get them put on. Gonna have to do a few little things to get them fit properly. Just a little bit of trim action, not too much, but we'll get the holes drilled, the sides taped off so that we're not scratching up the heck out of the side of my car. And I know it's a piece of shit, but I still don't need to scratch the paint for no reason. So yeah, we'll get it taped up and then we'll start drilling some holes in the side of the car. Okay, so I'm going to use a little center punch on the little rivet spots. So essentially after using the little center punch, then the drill bit will have somewhere to sit in and not like scratch up my fender and shit. So just makes things a little easier. Use a little tiny hammer. Funny story. Really terrible lighting, but I actually built this hammer in grade 8, I think it was. Yeah, it was grade 8. Holes drilled in the universal fender flare. Let's go tape up the side and start fitting. Okay, so I started taping off the fender portion where the universal fender is going to sit so they don't scratch up my paint. So essentially when this is being moved around, it's not going to scratch up the paint, which I already kind of did a little bit, but you know. So as you can see over here, the fender hits this trim piece right now. So essentially what I'm going to do to take this profile, I'm going to use this little guy, which essentially you can push into a curve and then get the curve from it. Do you see? So then I'll mark that curve on the actual fender itself and cut it out. I'm gonna take one more actual properly without the, without the camera in my hand. So that's kind of the general placement of what I'm thinking. I think that actually looks pretty decent. Obviously it's not held down flat, or in the exact place it will be, but I think that'll be decent. Yes. Okay, so I got this, I don't know if you can see the pencil lines transferred over the little template from that little red jig transferring tool thing. I have no idea what the hell that thing's called. So let's sand this with the Dremel. Make sure I'm gonna wear eye protection and a little respirator thing, because that is one type of dust you do not want to fuck around with. Let's go see if that works. I did it a little less than I would to leave some extra room in case I gotta do more.
A few inches later.
Okay, took a few times of running back and forth, but this cut is pretty damn near perfect. Well, as good as I can get it. I'm really happy with it. So I'll make sure to steal the curve off of this one, mark it down, and then we'll start drilling some holes, I think. Sick. I've got this. So I can't see shit. Got 3M tape added on this. Let's basically just heat up this fender a little bit so that the adhesive has something to stick to and start riveting. Riveting. Sick. There we go. Bam! Universal over fender installed. Not too bad. Not too bad for my first one, if I do say so myself. That notch action is clean. Well, let's get on to the other side. Okay, I had to run up to Canadian Tire, grab more mounting tape, but yeah, I got enough now. As you can see, come here, you. Okay, so there is, let's see, holes. Can you see that? I don't know if it's focusing, but regardless, yeah, there you go. There's the holes that I have now painted over so they won't rust. Let's install this fender action. So same thing as the front, I'm just hitting the rivets with a little paint pen to kind of hide them a bit. Versus leaving them silver, or aluminum. I like it black. Alright, rear flare is installed, and that looks pretty damn sweet, especially for my first time doing it. I'm really happy on how that turned out. So I got a bit of light left, and the homie showed up. I'm poking him in the face. And helped me fucking pick up some things, because I'm still, like I said earlier, I'm still a piece of shit and don't have my passport.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Worthy. Granted, I've been talking about it on the vlog for like 2 years now. Some shit, basically like back in RC days.
Really need to be getting it so I can go to things.
So I can go to these RC events down in Seattle. Like,
Jesus. 2 inch. Jesus.
just a bit of spacer. There is a bit of thought process behind this, besides just wanting crazy fucking. But I've got minus 12 offset in the rear, plus 42 in the front. 2 inches equals 50 millimeters. There's a 50 millimeter difference between my back and front right now. So it won't flush me out because the backs are 2 inches wider of a tire.
Oh.
But the offset should be similar, and it'll be like the same offset at least. Just a little more meat in the back. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of people that are gonna tell me you shouldn't stack spacers on spacers, and I know you definitely shouldn't. But I want it to fit nice.